Chapter 4. Dare to take a stand. Look around you. If everybody succumbs and falls for everything, you need to stand up for something. If they stand up, then you must choose to stand out. If they stand out, then you must become outstanding. If they follow suit by becoming outstanding, then you need to raise a standard. Stand up. It is time to wise up, size up, and rise up. It may require some courage, but we have to stand up for something, or else we'll fall for everything. While most people settle for the wishbone, the world is ruled and governed and led by people who have some backbone. If we are willing to face the music, one day we will lead the band. If we can stand the heat in the kitchen, then we qualify to feed the house. The right race is not necessarily the right race. If you do not want what is happening to other people to happen to you, then you need to do something that other people are not doing. You need to stand up for what you believe is right. Stand out. While our generation is a generation that worships trendiness or trends, what is in vogue and the latest fashion fads, I believe that what makes us stand out is not what we wear or who we imitate or idolize. It is what we stand for. Do not be tempted to follow the crowd. I would say, follow the cloud. In the daytime also he led them with a cloud, and all the night with a light of fire. Psalms 78 verse 14. Those who follow the cloud eventually wear the crown. In order to stand out, we must be willing to confront our comfort zones, upset the status quo, and rock the boat. You must often be willing to live on the cutting edge. If you are not on the edge, you are probably taking up too much space. Beat the stereotypes, quit the labels, stand out. Jesus said, "You are the light of the world, and the city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. Be outstanding. It's not enough to start, we must continue. It is not enough to continue, we must finish. It's not enough to finish, we must finish strong. It is not enough to compete, we must complete the race. It's not even enough to complete, we must win. Passing the exam is good, but we must excel. That is what it takes to be outstanding. Raise the standard. This is a testimony. In April of 2005, I had to do a citywide crusade in one of the towns in Uganda, eastern Uganda, called Soroti. And I needed a car so bad. I didn't have a car of my own. I had never driven a car before. The only driving experience I had was that which I acquired while playing Need for Speed, a driving simulation motor racing game on my computer. A friend of mine who had no idea that I was a novice offered to give me his car for the mission. Now, Soroti is about 320 kilometers away from Kampala, where we lived. I picked up a friend and we took off. It was a drive. I was driving so fast that my friend, who knew me very well, got worried. Sometimes the speedometer clocked 180 kilometers per hour. I could have driven faster, but that was the car's limit. He asked how I could drive so fast, having never driven before, and I found myself saying, "There is always a first time." His heart was in his mouth, but I had raised the standard and there was no turning back. At the end of the first day of the crusade in Soroti, we had seen thousands of people gathering to hear the gospel. Miracles had happened. Then I got a text message from the owner of the car I had borrowed. In the text message, he said I could have the car. He had given it to me. He said God had spoken to him clearly that he should give me that car. It was the most glorious day of my life yet. When you raise the standard, you are not only marking your territory, you are stirring up other people to take action. You are declaring victory. On a personal basis, this victory may be over mediocrity and or failure. You are proclaiming the defeat of your enemy. If you choose, you can be the first one in your family or even country to do something extraordinary. Be the pioneer, the pace setter, be the trendsetter and the trailblazer. Raise the standard so high that everybody can see it. That's the end of chapter 4.